The SPY and the triple Qs consolidate before a potential big move. And the VIX's gap up fails at resistance and fades the day. Welcome back, everybody, to High Quality Trades, the channel where I provide top-notch technical analysis on the stock market, where we go over simple support and resistance levels, trendline breaks, and pattern formations. And I give you the price targets of where price is headed in the coming days. So let's get into it. In today's video, we will be going over the SPY, the triple Qs, the VIX, Microsoft, Google, and Coinbase stock. So let's start this video off on the SPY's 4-hour time frame. Today is October 22nd, and the most recent close of the SPY was 583.32. It reached a high of 584.50 and a low of 580.38. We were negative 0.05% on the day. Alright guys, so what is the SPY currently doing? So it looks like we're consolidating between support here at 580.13 and resistance up here at 585.36. So the way that I form my bias on which way I think the market is headed. So I pull up the MACD and the RSI and I see which way the indicators are leaning. So right now the MACD has curled over while price has been consolidating and looks to be resetting. We have not fallen through the zero line yet. So if the MACD can curl up before falling through the zero line, that would be bullish to push price higher. Falling through the zero line is a bearish signal and would in turn push price lower, probably back down towards support. But a bullish signal that I am seeing here on the RSI is this bullish divergence between the lows here. If you notice here with price, we have a low and a higher low, while the RSI has made a low and a lower low. This is a bullish signal to push price higher in the coming days. Not only do we have the bullish divergence there on the 4-hour RSI, I believe if we go out onto the daily and look at the MACD, it has curled up with today's price action and created its first green bar here on the histogram. This is usually a bullish signal that price will push higher in the coming days. This is one I like to follow, and it's usually a good signal. Now I will say we haven't reached the overbought level here on the RSI as well. And usually we don't get pullbacks in the market, or very big ones, until we reach these overbought levels. So ultimately we're going to have to see what the price action does. But based on these signals, I'm leaning more bullish here on the SPY. Let's just go over the 200 period moving average on the 15-minute, and then we'll head on to the triple Qs. So as we've been consolidating, the 200 period moving average has started to move sideways. We did end the day below the 200 period moving average. So if price cannot get back above, then it's most likely we head back down towards support tomorrow. But if we do manage to get above this 200 period moving average, that would be a bullish signal to push price higher. And we'd probably head up towards resistance here at 585.36. And it is possible that we'd break above this level and could push upwards towards 586.30, which would be new all-time highs. Alright, let's go over the triple Qs now on the 4-hour time frame. So today the triple Qs managed to get above and stay above resistance here at 494.19. This level can now hold as support. Then would be most likely that price heads up towards these highs here at 498.87. Now the triple Qs hasn't yet made a full measured move, what I consider to be a head and shoulders pattern that broke to the upside. The full measured move of this head and shoulders pattern completes up around 502. So I'm still waiting for the triple Qs to head up towards this level. This is also our upper weekly expected move. So it is possible that if we break above this 498.83 level, that we head up and get a full measured move of this head and shoulders pattern. The MACD is leaning bullish. It's above the zero line and pushing higher into positive territory. So I'd say as long as this continues pushing upwards and we continue creating green bars here on the histogram, then price should move higher here on the triple Qs. I'll say the daily time frame MACD hasn't yet curled back up, so we are waiting for a bullish cross of this MACD to try to push price higher. Let's drop down into the 15-minute time frame and look at our 200 period moving average. So this moving average is moving slightly upwards, and price did close above it. So this is bullish. The price now heads up towards 498.83 in the coming days. If we remain above the 200 period moving average, then it should in turn push price higher. But if we were to fall below this moving average and then break support here at 494.19, price is most likely headed down towards this gap here on the 15-minute time frame that doesn't fill until around 490.26. That is where I believe price is most likely headed if we fall back below our 200 period moving average. Alrighty, that's it for the triple Qs. Now let's head on to the VIX. The VIX here on the daily time frame, if we look at our MACD, has curled over with today's price action and created its first purple bar here on the histogram. This is a bearish signal for the VIX to continue falling lower down towards support here at 1722 in the coming days. This in turn is bullish for the market, and it may push the market higher if the VIX continues moving lower. I would say we need to stay below 1939 to push down towards this 1722 level. Okay, now let's head on to the stocks. So Microsoft, after breaking this descending trend line and with a little bit of consolidation between support and resistance, finally broke higher. Today we broke above resistance at 418.76, and then we even broke through our next resistance level at 422.86. We headed all the way up towards 430, which was the next resistance level. There may be a little consolidation or a retest of support now that we've ran into resistance at 430. But if we were to break above this level, price could head all the way up towards 436.21. So let's just see what happens here in the coming days on Microsoft. Now let's go into Google. So Google is still forming what looks to be the right shoulder on this inverse head and shoulders pattern. I've placed a descending trend line here on the 4-hour time frame, which I believe if price does break above, we should head up towards the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. This is what I'm looking for to happen in the coming days, but ultimately we'll just have to wait and see. The MACD looks to be about to curl up, push back through the zero line, which could in turn push price higher upwards to the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. Now, just to go over a measured move real quick, if we did break above the neckline, that would be bullish and could signal that price heads all the way up to 192.65 in the coming days to weeks, just based on the measured move from the neckline down towards the head. We do seem to have kind of a flag pattern here as well, that we could just base our measured move off the flag pole if we turn this into a flag pattern. So if this was a flag, then yeah, the breakout would signal around 490, so around the same area, but still a bullish pattern and would be a bullish break if we broke above. Okay, on to our last stock, Coinbase. So last week, Coinbase did break above this descending trend line here out of this descending price channel. Based on the break alone and a measured move out of this price channel, this is signaling that Coinbase heads up towards 274.87 in the coming days to weeks. We do need to stay above this descending trend line to continue moving higher though. It looks like right now we're retesting it. Hopefully this level can hold as support and we get some buyers to step back in and we push price back above 213 and then head up towards 224, which would be the next resistance level. If we broke above that level, price is most likely headed up towards 234.01. So that's what I'm looking forward to happen in the coming days here on Coinbase. And with that, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I appreciate you watching high quality trades, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.